Let me start by saying that teaching on grade level in homeschool is like impossible. Let me explain. Welcome back to Making Everyday Magic. My name is Shauna, and if you are new here, we are a homeschooling family of 4. We are in our 8th year of homeschooling, and we have a 7th grader and a 3rd grader, which is how I always describe my children. But I'll give you a little bit better understanding of that in just a minute. Today, I want to talk with you about utilizing resources above grade level. Before we go any further, guys, please scroll down, hit that big red subscribe button, turn on that bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. As always, you can find me right on down in the comments or over on Instagram at Making Everyday Magic. Now, let me start with, I have notes to give you all of the points that I want to give you about teaching above grade level, but let me start with explaining that grade levels in homeschool, kind of not a thing. It is kind of not a thing. I always use grade level, a grade level assignment for my children. Why do I do that? 1, people will ask them, and I like them being able to know what that grade level is. 2, the way that I have identified their grade level is based on their age and the start time of the school year, where their birthdays fall. This is the grade level that they would be in if they went to public school. Okay? So that is why I say 7th grade and 3rd grade. That is why I say that. Because I want them to be able to answer. I want to be able to have that answer, because it always cracks me up when they're like, what grade are you in? They're like, what? What are you talking about grades? For me, it makes my life a little easier. And there's certain things that do ask for grade level, whether you're signing them up for an activity, Girl Scouts, whatever it is. People want to know the grade level. So for me, the easiest way that I've always handled that is they are 7th and 3rd grade. Why are they 7th and 3rd grade? Because that's where they would be if I just stuck them in school and they had a normal track. That's it. So that's the why and the how we got to that. Okay? So having said that, the actual practice of the way that it works in my home is I have a grade A and I have a grade M. Now, what does that mean? That means that grade A, my 7th grader, is actually doing, I think, 9th grade math, the equivalent. Like if she were in real school, the equivalent would be, I think, 9th grade math. I honestly don't know 8th or 9th grade language arts. I don't know. And then she's taking a college level dinosaur course. So that, okay, so I don't know. I don't know where that falls in. She's also doing Texas history along with her younger sister, which I think is technically like 4th grade, and also again 7th grade in Texas schools. So that I have a grade M who is doing what I think would be 5th grade language arts. 4th grade math, a college level course, and like I said, the 4th grade equivalent or 7th grade equivalent, because we're beefing it up a little bit, Texas history. So the way that I'm looking at it in actual practice, we have a grade M and a grade A. Now, why do I say it like that? Because we just meet them where they are. Okay, and where they are is a different place in every subject, because you have children and you know that they are not always ahead in everything. Some things they're behind or on par or ahead, and it doesn't matter because those aren't real. They are where they are, and we meet them where they are. A practice that we have had and we have maintained in our parenting life before we homeschooled, which helped trigger our decision to homeschool, was that we teach ahead. So we didn't baby talk. We didn't do that thing. We always used full, large words, properly pronounced, defined when necessary. So we had the expectation that they would be reaching a little bit. I don't always want, sometimes easy is important. So let me just give you that little asterisk right now. It is important to build confidence. Not everything needs to be hard. However, I want some things to be hard. I want them to encounter things in their everyday lives that they don't necessarily get the first time, but then do get. And this is something that we have put in practice quite extensively, especially as I'm combining things for my children. Another example, grade M is doing middle school chemistry. Why are we doing this? Because I want them to, and I do not ever expect my children to rote memorize all of the information that is coming at them at once, but I want them to have that foundation. Because when they hear it the second time, they're gonna be like, wait a minute. I learned about medieval history when I was in kindergarten. I almost always, am teaching them above where they should be, because that is what works for us. We move the bar, we dangle the carrot a little bit further out, and they are meeting it, okay? So if your expectation is ground level, they're never gonna get off the first floor. Okay, it's just not gonna happen. And I honestly think that that is one of my biggest arguments with public school. The need to teach to the masses means that we are teaching to the bottom half, and the top half are the kids who shine brightly, do really, really well, but aren't pushed enough, which again is one of our main motivators for having chose the homeschool life. So let's pop over to my handy dandy list, and I will talk with you about the benefits of teaching above grade level. Because guess what? There are some. Now, I am not saying to do something in a manner where your child struggles. I am not saying that you have an expectation for them. So yes, my kids are taking a college level dinosaur course. Am I asking them to do college level dinosaur course output? Heck no, that's unrealistic. Okay, my kids are both taking middle school chemistry. My little one, when she does her chemistry test, it is 1 page, front and back, multiple choice. The big one also has fill in the blank answers. I have a different expectation, because if not, that makes you kind of insane. Okay, like, to be all honest, you cannot have the same expectation of an 8-year-old as you have a 12-year-old. No. Okay, I'm not doing that. But we aren't pandering down to everyone, okay? That is not how we're gonna roll around here. So let's talk about teaching beyond grade level in homeschool and some of the important benefits. Are you ready? Because I've got 10 of them and they have a little explanation. Number 1 is personalized learning, which I have already gone over kind of a lot since I started rambling, but it allows us to meet our kids where they are. It allows us to fill their bucket on their interest. So yes, my dinosaur lover has already gone past the basic Tyrannosaurus Rex and Triceratops. Now she has gone into sauropods and some of the other, like, seriously more advanced stuff when it comes to dinosaurs. And that makes her really happy because she's getting that more in-depth knowledge. Okay, so she really is becoming a little dinosaur expert. And that is meeting her where she is with her interests and filling her cup. Number 2 is that it promotes a growth mindset. So it is encouraging them that they do not know it all, that it can be a little harder, that it is okay to not understand, but we are gonna find the answers, and that is okay. So we're going to keep growing. We're going to keep pushing, because if you teach them where they are, they become stagnant and bored. And so allowing them to stretch a little bit really can go a long way. Number 3 is that it encourages a deeper understanding. So yes, my 3rd grader, I'm not fully expecting to be able to, spell every chemical name that we're studying in chemistry, but I can guarantee you that she has a much deeper understanding of chemistry than other 8-year-olds her age. And that is simply because of exposure. Exposure to the bigger topics means that your kids are going to pick it up. My 3rd grader absolutely loves history. Again, exposure. She can tell you so many things and so many facts about ancient times, medieval times, because she is simply exposed to it. So listening to history on audiobook in the car has provided her a foundation. So now when she's learning things and hearing things, she can check right on back to that information that she has learned before. Number 4 is that it fosters independence. Students who are taught beyond their grade level often develop greater independence in their learning, and an increased independence is what helps my homeschool go around, okay? Got a lot to do. They don't need me hovering over them. It's also going to train them to start thinking in a solo learning environment like college. They're not going to be micromanaged all the time. They're going to have to do it themselves. Number 5 is that it enhances critical thinking. And as you know, critical thinking is so incredibly important. It is allowing them to draw connections between different ideas, analyze information, synthesize that information, convey it properly, and communicate it properly, both written and orally. And these are crucial skills in both academic and real-world contexts. Helps prepare them for future colleges. Exposing students to higher level content can better prepare them for future academic challenges, whether in higher grades or specialized subjects. Increase their confidence and reduce anxiety when they encounter difficult material later. Okay, so you're doing that service for their challenges later by making it a little bit thicker now. Increases motivation. Students may feel more motivated and engaged when they are challenged with appropriate material. So if they are able to handle a little bit harder stuff, it's going to increase their motivation, their passion for learning, and inspire them to pursue subjects that interest them more deeply. It builds a strong foundation. Teaching foundational skills in advance can help students excel in later grades. For instance, mastering algebra concepts in earlier grades can ease the transition to more complex mathematics in high school. It encourages exploration of interests. Homeschooling allows for flexibility in exploring interests beyond the standard curriculum. Teaching at a higher level can lead students to discover passions that shape their academic and career paths. And number 10, adaptability to changing needs. So as students grow and their interests evolve, homeschool allows for a fluid approach to education, so you can consistently meet them where they are. Have either of my children always been above grade level in the subjects that they are currently? No. Have they been ahead and then maybe needed to scale it back a little bit? Absolutely. Why? Because they are always changing. That bar is always moving, and it's important to meet them consistently where they are. For these 10 reasons and all of the reasons that I gave you ahead of time, one, I will encourage you to give your kids a grade level, just to make answering those questions a little easier. But I hope that I'm also encouraging you. I know there's a big push right now. It's like all like the kind of the viral rage right now about unschooling and the direction that has taken. I want to encourage you to not only meet your children where they are, but encourage them to truly, truly thrive in what they are capable of. Because our children are capable. I have never looked at something that, oof, that's too hard for them. I don't love that parenting philosophy, and I don't love that parenting approach, just like I don't love the approach of, oh, they'll never remember that. Yes, they will, and I will remember it for the both of us. So I want you to encourage them to stretch a bit. I'm not saying you need to be doing the ACT in kindergarten. Come on, be realistic. I'm not saying you need to do everything hard. I'm not saying hard is good. But what I am saying is that teaching above grade level has a lot of benefits. But more so than that, I hope that this inspires you to meet your children where they are. Because if they aren't even on grade level right now, or you've pulled them out of school and you found some learning gaps, go ahead and handle that. Handle it now. And then you can build on it, because it is a foundation and it is like building blocks, okay? So you first must get that foundation solid, and then the sky's the limit. Guys, I hope that you found any of this helpful, entertaining, or informative. And if you did, please scroll down, hit that big red subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. As always, you can find me right on down in the comments or over on Instagram at Making Everyday Magic. I hope that this inspires you to start thinking out of the box when it comes to the curriculum choices that you are making for your kiddo. Or maybe you find something totally unconventional that isn't necessarily even a curriculum. But I hope that it inspires you to meet your children where they are, whether that's above grade level, on grade level, below grade level, because grade levels don't matter. But I want you to have a great time doing it. And I want you to take into account that you can build that solid foundation that is going to inspire them to keep learning forever. A lifelong learner is the best kind. Bye, guys.